And security expert Bala Abdullahi joins me to discuss these recent developments regarding insecurity in the country. He joins us via phone. Good to have you join us, Bala Abdullahi.
Now, good day. How are you?
Very well, thanks for asking. Let's look at now at the recent attacks we're seeing in Niger State, Kaduna, as well as Zamfara. But let's focus on the one in Zamfara, because over 317 schoolgirls were carted away, which is now the highest in terms of school abductions. And they were carted away on motorcycles unhindered. To cart away 317 schoolgirls, we need close to 100 motorcycles, and there were no checkpoints on the road. That did it successfully. What does this say about the security architecture in the northern parts of the country?
Well, actually, if you look at the security system, the security architecture in the northern part of the country is very poor. If you don't have in the sense that you see there are issues that need to be in place, especially one of the parts of the security system to as good as it is the surveillance. And the system is so poor that you cannot even surveil anything. So it's even wondering, one has wonder and surprised that how could someone go away with 317 students who have been noticed by the community, by the locals, by the security agencies. These are some of the issues that need to be and if you look at those behind the security, you tend to understand that it goes across every part of the society, including the locals, including the political activities, including the traditional rulers, including communities, including especially the roles of informants. So the earlier the state government to create a kind of platform in the northern of the country, the better for them. And you tend to understand that in the governors, one governor will now take a different dimension, the other governor will take a different dimension. There are no synergy, systematic system that will work all of the northern governors. This is also one problem. And if you look at the patterns of the security agencies, we have what we call CCCC, Central Communication and Control. That is to have that control all the activities of the apparatus that are working in a particular area.
All right, Mr. Abdullahi, I know that there is a lot to say about this, but I just want to quickly pick out something you said. You talked about synergy amongst the governors, and I really want to dwell on that because it's quite important. On one hand, we had the president saying that he will not give amnesty to bandits. He's not in support of that. But we're seeing the amnesty program going on in a place like Zamfara. It does buttress this point that you just made about synergy in strategy. So when you hear the president say this is the last incident of kidnapping that will record, a school kidnapping that will record in the country, and the one we have on ground, how optimistic are you in terms of what the president said?
You see, believe you, there is no point to give an amnesty for bandits or a criminal. There is no point in that. Because, okay, a lot of properties worth millions of naira were wasted, were lost by the people as a result of this banditry activity. What provision do you have as a government for those that lose their properties loved ones? There is no provision, so to say. But you have provision, you have plans, you have issues to address to the banks. The anti-timing is now telling you societally that this society is having an issue. Issue in the its respect for the bandits is too high. Respect for the human being who are obeying the laws is becoming too low and too lackluster. In the sense that if you look at it from the perspective, it's telling the bandits now, the government is now becoming a failed state. Failed state in the sense that they cannot protect the lives and property of the commoners, of people, of its people. And we all know that it's a kind of social contract that the communities are into between the government and the governed. So the issue is now the activity is going to be controlled because other governors are giving amnesty to those bandits, others are saying no. So even the cooperation among themselves is key. What the president is saying, you see, the state government does not own the police. They don't own army. They don't own only owns those people, those soldiers that are working under them. The state government cannot even give directives to the police commissioner, neither the commander in the army or air force that is residing in the state. So the issue is a kind of dilemma. The presidency will say something frankly, while the governors are also taking another consideration differently. They are working.
Right. So again, just quickly allow me butt in. I want to, because now we're seeing that this is already impacting on secondary schools or education rather in the northern part. Some schools are now going to be closed in Sokoto State. Some parents are saying that children would not return to boarding school in some parts of the north. And the president is saying that this is the last last kidnap incident we're going to record in the country. What can we put in place, or what should the president be putting in place right now to actualize that promise?
The best vocabulary measure to be adopted is the community participation. Let the government formalize the community participation, community improvement. This program, this should be owned by the locals, by the communities, to be supported by all concerned. If the communities are now given the consideration as is expected, they will certainly address the whole issue. Let there be formalization of whole issue. Let there be community understanding on this issue. Those informants that are supplying vital information to the bandits are from the community. If the community can identify those that can supply a vital information, vital security information to be used by the community, by the communicated public officials, is going to address a lot of. But believe me, the way we are going, we are not even heading any more of these attacks will be recorded. No purity measure at this time.
I'm afraid we do have to leave it there. Security expert Bala Abdullahi, thanks for talking to us.